Ray Wheatley. I'm here with Arthur Tunstall to talk about his career as Chief Boxing Administrator and the greatest boxing administrator Australia's ever seen. How are you, Arthur?
Good, thanks, mate. It's nice to be here on a nice sunny day.
Beautiful. Down here in Double Bay.
Yes,
Arthur, could you tell me when you first started in boxing?
I suppose when I first got really interested in boxing was when I attended the Double Bay Recreation and Social Club, and that was before I started work. And then after that, I used to go to the Nutkins Gymnasium in Oxford Street after work. I'd leave at 5 o'clock and get down to Oxford Street, and I used to do weightlifting there. And then I got involved with a couple of blokes who did a bit of wrestling, so I started doing weightlifting and wrestling. And then I started work, and I continued for a couple of years doing it. But then I got too busy with other involvements and I gave it away. I had been swimming all my life, and I went down to, I still go to Redleaf Pool. I've been going there for 85 years, and I started the Redleaf Amateur Swimming Club down there. And it was Saturday afternoon, a couple of mates and myself, we used to teach young kids the art of self-defence, as we called it, so we wouldn't frighten their parents. And then we used to run swimming races. We had Christmas handicaps, and Les Duff was a good friend of mine. He built a, at this time he was the mayor of Balada, and he built a place upstairs for us above the dressing sheds for a club, and we used to hold Christmas events down there, and we had always had a Christmas party down there. We've got about 70 young kids in the club, and they all developed into some successful businessmen. One fellow, Kevin Delgreen, his parents had a jewellery shop in King's Cross. He's now got 4 phone licenses in America. Another one that was there was young Casson, David Casson. He became one of the top plastic surgeons in America. He went over to England to finish his course, and I always remember he said the first day I was started, they said, well, come into the room over here, this man's got all his leg cut off. He said, I'm saying, what? So he said, I started in my profession. But when I finished, a friend of mine, an American, said, why don't you come to America with me? This plastic surgeon business seems to be starting on, you know. So I decided I'd go over there, and he became a top plastic surgeon. I went to see him at one stage, and I said, boy, oh boy, this is a fancy place, it's got. I said, the rugs must cost a fortune. He said, they do, but he said, I'm looking after film stars, so he said, the money's good. Poor old Philip, he died about 10 years ago. He wasn't that old. And so Les Duck, as I said, was still knocking around. He went for re-election with 2 people called Foster and Snyder, and I knew everybody in Double Bay, and they said, we'll give you a car, go around and collect everybody and get them to come and vote. So they got elected. Les Duck, as I said, was the mayor. He became the mayor again. Foster became the head of the water board. And Snyder was the head of Snyder and Doing Theatres later on.
Arthur, you managed teams at boxing teams at several Olympics. Your first Olympics was the 56 Olympics in Melbourne.
I was the press liaison officer in 1956.
Yeah.
I was the manager of the boxing, supposedly, I was the manager coach of the 60 boxing team.
So when was 60?
1960, that was
1960, okay.
That was when Madigan boxed Cassius Clay.
Okay, could you just tell me about that fight, Tony Madigan, Cassius Clay?
Yeah, well, Tony Madigan, as I said, he'd kill you in the body because that's the type of boxer he was. And so we go to the games, and he draws a young American Negro by the name of Cassius Clay, who nobody had ever heard of. And so he drew him in the bout, and Clay started to box. He was a brilliant boxer, a good, typical dancing Negro type, could move and box.
Played like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Like a bee, yeah, he didn't even say it in those days. And anyway, the first round came and Tony got beaten. He got beaten in the second round, and I said, when he asked me how I was going, he said, how he was going. I said, "You have to knock him out to win." He said, "Well, I'll try it." But of course, he didn't do it. And Tony finished up with a bronze medal. And I think it was a fellow by the name Kolomoski was a bloke from Hungary who played in the final, if I remember his name right. And a lot of people didn't know that Madigan was living in America. He won the East Coast Golden Gloves of America, and Clay won the West Coast Golden Gloves of America. And they met in the final of the Golden Gloves in 1959. And that's when Clay found out that Madigan could hurt you in the body. Yeah. So all he did was just jab with his hand. So that was what happened there.
So you had Rocky Galilari in those 1960 Olympics too.
Yes. Mr. Tunstall, I'm hungry. And I think Billy Mail, who was his brother, was in that team. And we were going to the boxing one night, and he said, I've swallowed my tooth. It's on a little plate. I said, "Oh, don't." We're always joking. I said, "For Christ's sake, let's go." I said, "Jesus," I said, "we've got to get to the boxing." No. So, okay. We get to the bloody boxing. We boxed. Next day he was not too good. So I said, "Okay, we'll go and see the doctor." So we go and see the bloody doctor. Take him to the hospital. They put him in there. He's out. We took him in the morning. He's out the next morning. And the manager of the team, Sid Brains, who was the overall manager of the Australian team, said, "He's back again." I said, "He can't be back." He said, "You know." He said, "Well, he is." So I go and see Rocky. I said, "What are you doing back here, Rocky?" He said, "Well, first of all," he said, "I couldn't understand the language. And secondly, I didn't like the food." And so he said, "I got down the drain pipe, got out of the place and came back again." That's how he got back. And it's funny that you mentioned when I started in 56. I was the assistant manager after the Presley days, and I was assistant manager. I'm sorry, this was 1962 at the games over there. And the government built a special housing settlement for the athletes. And every team had a flagpole with a flag on it. And so Ted Tanner, it was away at the time at some meeting. I get a call, "Mr. Tunstall, yes, I'm the assistant manager of the team. I have to report our flag is missing." "Oh, I'm sorry about that." "Yes, well, we know it's an Australian." No. Australians don't steal flags. Totally wrong. "Well, we happen to know who the person is. That's his name." So I get the kid in. I said, "Now listen, son, the reporter has taken the flag from the place." "No, Mr. Tunstall, I wouldn't take the flag. You know me better than that." But listen, son, admit it. I've got your name. He said, "Well, which flag do you want back?"
Get a feel, right? Have a collection.
But I always say, Australians never steal.
No.
They souvenir.
That's it. It's a memento.
That's different.
And you can tell me about Spike Chaney, who won the silver medal at the Olympics.
Yeah, that was the most unusual case there. But I will say, he boxed brilliantly.
Yeah. And
it was totally unexpected. He had won pretty easily with his couple of bouts up to then. But then when he came in and won the gold medal, it was just unbelievable. No, he didn't win the gold medal in the
silver medal.
The silver medal, that's correct. And that was probably the best we've ever done in the party.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Silver medal.
But poor old Chaney, he fell out of favour with a few people. He started doing a few silly things, and he was a bit desperate. And he was down in Melbourne, and he rang me up and said, he's desperate and so forth, could I do anything to help him? So I rang a friend of mine up and I said, look, can you put him in, look after him and so forth. And unfortunately, he stayed there for a couple of days, then he disappeared. And then Chaney just went into space.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him, maybe if I do. But,
Joey Donovan was one of your favourites.
Donovan was the greatest, probably the greatest sportsman that I've come across, and he was a gentleman.
He was a gentleman.
He was a gentleman.
Exactly right.
He was Aboriginal, and I got accused of being hating Aborigines. I was a racist, I was called, and so forth.
Yeah.
Joey was in the Navy, and he used to live at a place up near the Queensland border, and he used to come and stay at my place overnight. I finished up saying to him, Joey,